everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Dalton, this is Arps and Farms. Hope everyone had a good holiday weekend. I certainly did. Anyone who's looking to ever go camping in Western New York, Jellystone Park is just an amazing spot. They've got so much to do for the kids, so much to do for adults. I am kind of bummed. They had a hot dog eating competition. The winner ate 4. I should have signed up. Didn't. I feel like I'll eat 4 hot dogs casually for lunch. Well, who am I to judge? I didn't sign up, so next time, I guess. But anyways, second cutting is done. You can see third cutting's growing back. T&S Crop Services came out this weekend. They put on potash on all of our hay ground. So that is done. So hopefully everything's well fed now. I got a lot of hate on TikTok. I put a video up of them doing that. And people were like in an uproar that a company would be working on a holiday. I just dial her down, guys. I don't know. It's just my 2 cents. It's farming. You gotta go when you gotta go. That's why we chopped on the holiday. We didn't want to, but we did. Because it had to be done. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was funny, the amount of people that's what they had to say. So, yeah, today the hoof trimmer's coming. We're going to trim feet. Got a fresh cow I got to get moved over to the pack. Other than that, not really sure what the plan is. Start off with, though, I'm going to mark cows in this pen. Jack gave me a list. He was on yesterday, so he gave me a list when he walked through the pen here. So I'm gonna get them marked and we will go from there. Follow along. As you can see, we've had a busy night in the calving pens here. Look at the size of that Angus calf. It's pretty crazy. He used to breed the Angus because they were calving these. I guess those days are gone. These Angus calves, they're all just monsters. Absolute monsters. Good can of paint. My thought is, Jack just put fresh feed down. I'm gonna set the lockups and we'll start with there. I know there's a lot of heifers, as usual, that we brought home. They need their feet trimmed. And sometimes they can be buggers to mark, so yeah, we'll let these ladies just get themselves locked up. I'll put a mark on their back and then I'll go behind them and I'll mark them from the back. Captain Jersey, she's getting close. Happy girls. Just wanted to show you guys this big cow here. She's a Stockton daughter and probably 6-7 years old. She's definitely not like a show cow. She's not, you know, one of those gonna score high cows, but I just love this cow. Jack loves this cow. She's just a big, strong, good uddered old cow. Yes, she's got a high tail head. Yes, she's not the Darius. Yes, she's not the deepest. Most correct. But just a good, solid cow. Good feet and legs. Makes a ton of milk. She's got that long head and neck that I do personally love. Wide as a tank. Just a big old monster cow that makes a whole lot of milk. Oh, sweetheart. And she's a sweetheart. Aren't ya? Yeah, you're just a big old milking sweetheart, aren't you? Yeah, she's just one of our favorite cows. Even though, again, nothing to look at. Just a solid old cow. Got some heifers coming in. Gotta get these fresh cows off the back. There's another one now. See, they're after those calves. I probably better do that right now, actually. All the cows are marked. I'm gonna, I'll unlock them. Then we're gonna get these 2 cows moved over. Renegade is another bull that's putting out some really nice young 2-year-old cows here for us. That black one there with her head up, they're all rugged and wide with real nice udders. They do lack depth. None of them are overly deep heifers, but just the wide front end and the strong heifers with good attached udders. I really like our Renegade so far, and obviously our Charles. She'll be a 2nd or maybe even a 3rd lactation Charles now. Fresh groups back from the parlor. Just trying to stay cool. We were in the 90s this weekend. We're going to be in the 90s today, 90s tomorrow, and then 80s the rest of the week. Chance of rain every day, most likely just because it's so hot. You know, it'll probably be pop-up storms, stuff like that. So that hay should really come back on. With fertilizer, heat, and rain, we should be looking at one heck of a 3rd cutting. So keep our fingers crossed here. This heifer here is a Huhon daughter, Huhon. Fresh 2-year-old. We don't have a lot of milking Huhons yet, but she looks like a nice little heifer. Be happy about that. Come on, girlie. Over to the fresh group, sweetheart. Come on now. Come on, girl. That sun feels nice. There's people who don't like hot. I don't necessarily love hot. But gosh, after this winter and spring, man, bring it on. Let me sweat. I don't care. I do sweat like crazy, but that's not the end of the world. Come on, girlie. Come on, I need you in there. In the gym, Pop. All right, I just helped these guys load up bull calves from market. Apparently like 3 or 4 of those calves born last night were bulls. Got a skid steer with a flat tire to take care of. I have to go load our tender truck with nitrogen. Jack is outside dressing, so I am gonna run that up to him. Some of the corn has actually gotten too big to hit with our side dresser, which is, I mean, it's a great problem. Stuff's growing fast with this heat. So he's just trying to get done what he can get done, and what we couldn't, we'll have to drop tube with a sprayer later on. So, yep, so be it. Better fill up his hand washing station for him too. That's out of water. So nitrogen's not as sticky as the 1034O is, but it burns. If you had a scratch on your hand and you get it in there, boy, it's worse than putting salt in the wound. Yeah, get this filled up and then we'll get the truck up to him. Got the nitrogen delivered. Taking these dry cows down to the hoof trimmer, and then I'm going to keep marking group 1, get them ready for the hoof trimmer. Hey. All right, we're getting group 1 separated out now. I got them all marked earlier. So Caleb and Cameron are bringing me cows that are marked. Ones I don't need, I send that way. Ones I do need, down the hallway here. All right, just getting ready to head out for lunch. Figured I'd come over here and check on how these guys were making out today. Looks like they're putting down that, I don't know, it's not fabric. It's, I should ask them what the technical term is. It's like a mesh almost looks like temporary fencing stuff. And then they're putting stone on top of that. So they started laying all that out. And it's gonna be sure it's gonna be nice when this is all concrete. It's gonna be freaking awesome, actually. It's just fun to see the progress being made. Those are out here. Maybe they are putting fabric underneath the mesh. That looks like fabric. I'll have to talk to them and see what the actual protocol there is, but we're gonna go grab some lunch. It's 1:45 now. Truck's reading 102 degrees, but it's not 102 degrees, but we're definitely well into the 90s today. I'm sweating like crazy. We got 2 more groups of cows to get trimmed, and hoof trimming will be done, so that'll be a big win. I bet Jack's having fun outside dressing on that 4430 today. Open station. Yeah, I'm sure he's having fun. All right, well, the last group of cows to get their feet trimmed is up there now. We got them all sorted out. It is hot, like hot. The cows are bunching pretty good today. So when it gets hot, for whatever reason, cows bundle together. They don't spread out. Also, you can see this outside row is pretty well empty. Even with the shade curtain, just from the heat, and they just don't want to be out here. This does affect milk production. The only other thing that we can do to try to cool them off is to put more sprinklers in the barn, which we don't have enough water for. We got sprinklers running up in our holding area, so when the cows go to get milk, they get cooled off. But out here, it is what it is. We've got all the barn fans up and running, but when it gets into the mid-90s like this, you're gonna have some stress. So that is what it is. Also, I just wanted to explain a little bit, trying to stay on the educational, trying for people who watch my channel who aren't farmers, a little bit about hoof trimming. So a lot of the hoof trimming that we do is maintenance. So it's just like trimming your nails. Just keep them short, keep them, just trimming them. You don't want them to get too long. But a lot of the trimming that we do is reactive. So if a cow has warts, and they're called hairy warts, if a cow has an ulcer in their hoof, hoof rot, those are some things that we look for. What causes that stuff? Well, a lot of it's just moisture. It's no different than your own feet with like athlete's feet or something like that. If the cow's standing in manure for too long, things like that, that could cause warts. Warts do spread. A big thing that we run into here, especially with our heifers, our milk cows, we really don't have a lot of issues with anything but maintenance trims and an occasional wart. But our heifers are where we've really been struggling. So our heifer barns are overcrowded right now, which means we have more animals than stalls, which is common on dairies. It's common to run 110, 120% capacity, meaning obviously 10 to 20% more cows than you have stalls. That's normal because at any given time, 30 to 40% of the animals are up eating and drinking and walking around and being active anyways. So you don't necessarily need all stalls. But in our heifer barns, we're pushing 150, 160 right now. We're planning on building a barn. We were hoping to do it this summer. We're not going to be able to get to it. The builders are all so backed up because of the weather this spring. And there's so many barns and big projects going on around here that we weren't able to do that. But anyways, where I was going, that overcrowding, animals are on their feet longer. So no different than if you stand on your feet all day long, you start to get sore feet. And that could cause ulcers. That could cause, lesions, stuff like that. So I'm not a hoof expert, but I'm just trying to explain it to the viewer who may not be familiar with how farming works or what causes that stuff. Standing in too much manure or standing for too long of a period of time can cause hoof issues. So that's why our heifers have been particularly bad lately, because we need another heifer barn and we haven't been able to get one built yet. But like I said, for the most part, our milk cows It's primarily maintenance trims. Most of our cows get trimmed twice a year. We don't have it quite as scheduled as a lot of farms. A lot of farms want it done, 60 days from when they calve and 60 days before they get dried off, or those are just examples. Like, they're very routines. We're not, but we do visually look for heat, or look for hoof problems, look for long hoofs, and kind of keep track of it that way. That's how we do it. It's old school, but it does work. Yeah, and I have had comments before about sort gates. Oh, and boy, sort gates would really save you guys a lot of time. Yes, it would. But our parlor and our holding area and our return lanes, all of that would have to be remodeled. We would have to put in activity collars or some form of identification tags, that a computer can read. So when the animals come out of the parlor, it scans some form of chip and can sort them into different pens. We don't have that technology. We don't have that setup. So maybe down the road someday, but for now, it's out of our capabilities. So that's pretty much the gist of it. That might have been confusing. I'm not the greatest of teachers all the time, but yeah, that's the gist of it, I think. So I'm gonna put that group away when they get back. I gotta take Jack another load of nitrogen. It's already 4:30, so the day's getting, day's winding down already. So we're probably gonna go ahead and end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got something out of it. Again, if anyone's looking for any hats, I do still have 5 left. We're down to 5 hats. Shoot me an email, thefootlongfarmer@gmail.com, and we'll get you hooked up with one. But we are down to the last 5, so if you want one, reach out. I'm not doing any more hats until hunting season. I'm gonna get some camouflage hats made up. Other than that, I'm probably done with hats and shirts and any of that stuff. It's a pain in the neck. At least for the time being, that's the gist of that. But if you want one of the last 5 hats that I got, or if you're interested in a camo hat, they won't be in until mid-September, but they will be in for hunting season. I'll try to get a picture of the design I was thinking to send, show you guys for the hunters out there. I don't know. It's what it is. But yeah, so if you want a hat, get one of these 5, because I'm not going to screw around with them, to be honest with you. I don't really make anything off of them. By the time I have them made, I buy the hat, I have them embroidered, I take trips to the post office. It is kind of a pain in the butt. So for now, we're all done with those. If you want one, shoot me an email. That's gonna be that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. I'm gonna get back to work. Rock on.